What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box, we have the Ferrari Daytona SP3. Now, this one is from Bburago. In the past, I have previously reviewed the Tomica. So, let's go ahead and take a closer look at these ones and see if maybe you would prefer these over that Tomica. So, as always, let's get things started by looking at our casting. Proportionally speaking, I am happy to say that everything looks good. And we are actually a true 1/64th scale. I know the Race and Play lineup has not always been that way, but this new and improved Race and Play lineup definitely is, so that's cool to see. Let's go ahead and break the casting down here. So everything you're going to see painted red up here, that is going to be die cast, and it's very, very nice. Almost everything else will be plastic, though. So we do have a plastic base here, which makes up a very good chunk. It does kind of separate into other pieces, so it's engineered in a unique and interesting way, but it is a good bit of plastic, and I think even stretches up into this bit here being plastic. So definitely some plastic usage there over here as well, but overall it still looks pretty solid. Speaking, all your body lines are going to be replicated very, very nicely, and all those little nice curves that this car has are going to be there and looking good, which is nice to see. No roof on this version, which again, kind of a bummer, but same thing that the Tomica had. You do get the side windows up, which is pretty unique, and you get an opening part here. The frunk actually can open. It doesn't open very wide, but it does open, and there is a tiny bit of detailing inside there. So very, very cool and unique there for sure. You do get rubber tires and working suspension on this, so if that's something you're into, definitely cool to see. For the paint and deco, so the main one that you're probably interested in is the red one, which you've got this nice metal flake red here. There is metal flake in it. It's a little bit tough to see, but it's there, and it does look good in my opinion. I really, really like this one. Then you have the second deco over here, and it is a metal flake white. Again, the metal flake is kind of tough to see. It's a small kind of glitter to it. And then you got these silver stripes going down it as well, which look really cool. Now, these are the Race and Play examples, but this exact same casting is supposed to be coming to the Speed Icons lineup, and we will be getting a black variant as well as another red version. I'm not sure if it'll be another metal flake red or just a more normal shade of red, but yeah, those are on the way. Moving into our details category, so starting up front here, we will make note there's technically no headlights, but with as small as this car is, even the BBR headlights are barely noticeable, so it is what it is. You do get a Ferrari logo right there, which looks cool. You get a Ferrari logo right here in the grille, which is wonderfully detailed, and you even get carbon fiber work on that splitter. It's a little tough to see that it's there, but it is in fact there. When you make your way down the side, you get a Ferrari shield right here. The skirt, again, done in a carbon fiber looking plastic, which looks really cool. Accurate wheels to the real-life car, which is awesome. And then this little extra bit of plastic is meant to replicate brake discs. So very, very nice to see that. There's a cool little attention to detail. Making your way to the rear, you get a Ferrari badge right here, painted exhaust tips, the SP3 Daytona license plate. You get some little reflectors here. The taillights are done as they should be. And then again, you have the Ferrari badging right there. Looking down into the interior, it's decently detailed. You do have a little Ferrari badge on the steering wheel. Almost impossible for you guys to see at the angles that I can film with. And then you even get some engine detailing right there. Overall, detailing is very, very solid. Not sure if I even mentioned it, but there is a Ferrari badge in the center of the wheel as well. So, detailing extremely cool. Alrighty, so moving into our roll test. These are Race and Play models, and they do roll extremely smoothly. Very nice to see there. No resistance whatsoever. Went ahead and put these ones on the scale, and when I did that, they come out to be 28.83 grams, so they are definitely a bit of a lightweight there. It's still okay in my opinion because the detailing is so nice. For our pros and cons, getting started with our pro, the biggest pro is the price tag. These are $4. That's how much I paid. Now, post-tariff world, I have still been finding them relatively easy for like $5.50, $6. So overall, still going to be cheaper than a Hot Wheels Premium, which is cool. And then that second pro is going to be the carbon fiber work. I just think it looks really, really cool. It's a little bit easier to see here on the red one, I would say, but For the price tag you pay to have that kind of attention to detail is always going to be a win in my book. For our cons, though, there's really only one that I need to bring up, and it is the lack of mirrors. Now, again, this being a race and play variant, the lack of mirrors is done so from a standpoint of fragility, so it's kind of understandable. However, there are some other models in this lineup that do have them, and they're kind of those chunky mirrors that you typically see on like Hot Wheels and Matchbox. So with this car's mirrors being the way that they are, I can see why they didn't do it, but I do think it would look cool if they had done it. Moving into some size comparisons, here we have it with some other budget-friendly Ferraris, with the Tomica Ferrari Daytona SP3 and the Hot Wheels Ferrari Enzo. And here we have it next to some premium-priced Ferraris, with the Ferrari 296 GTB from BBR models, and the Ferrari F8 Tributo from XF models. So with all that out of the way, let's give some overall scores here. Hype level, I'm going to give it a 9.7. It's the first SP3 Daytona released in 1/64 scale for a while, I would say. And I think at the price point especially, it had people excited. Execution, I'm going to give it a 9.85. Other than, you know, a few little things like maybe some paint where the headlights are, and then some mirrors, I really don't have any complaints. I think it was done very nicely. Feedback, the community has been loving these. I'm going to give it a 9.9 there for sure. Not really any gripes that I've seen other than minor nitpicks. When we take these three scores, average them out, we will end up with a 9.82 out of 10 as the overall score. So these are very, very nice, especially for their price point. You can easily find these cheaper than a Hot Wheels Premium, even before the Hot Wheels Premium spiked to all the way up to $8. You can easily find these for like $6.50 tops. And I think that they are worth every penny of that. It is a very good deal. No mirrors is a bummer, but you do get a lot more details than you would typically expect for a model of this price point. And you get a little bit more attention to accuracy. You get some carbon fiber bits. You get an opening part. You get the accurate wheels with an attempt to make like disc brakes behind there. So a very, very cool trade-off in my opinion. If you're after a Daytona SP3 and you're on a bit of a budget, you should absolutely be picking these ones up because these are phenomenal. So with all of that out of the way, guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and do not forget to leave a comment down below telling me what your thoughts are on these particular models, and I will see you guys in the next video.